Hello, this is Luke Marine, and welcome to Let's Read Japanese, course series for the reading of Japanese text alongside its audio counterpart. Alright, so how this is going to work. Off the side is the text I'll be reading along to. That's this right here. And this text is usually from subtitle rips, but it could also be from a digital book. And then up above is going to be the audio I'll be listening to. This usually is the audio from where the subtitle from the show the subtitles came from. It could also be the audiobook version of what I'm reading. All right, so I'm reading the text along with the audio. Benefit there, I get to hear how natives pronounce it. There's a side benefit when you read along to audio. It helps improve your retention and comprehension, and that can be the same whether it's in a second language you're learning or your native language. Cool. So as you read along, you can, if maybe there's a problem sentence, you can pause the audio and reread the sentence. It maybe take your time to understand what it's trying to say, or maybe they're speaking too fast. You just want to catch up. Or maybe rehear what maybe you want to re-listen to something. Cool. All right, so the other thing is if you come across a word that might be a little difficult, and you can, well, let's use a different one there. Let's see if we get yeah, that right there. Sure, why not? You can look up a word and you can see the Japanese definition of it, and if the Japanese definition you can't quite understand what that means, you can scroll down. There's an Japanese English dictionary entry as well, and this is with the pop-up program called Yomi-chan. Awesome. So the benefit here is you're increasing your comprehension beyond your passive ability in Japanese, what your current levels are in Japanese. So now you can enjoy the story that's at a much higher level than your current level. You might be able to enjoy at your current level of Japanese. So hopefully that makes sense. Now, the other benefit is after you've consumed this one particular episode, doing this type of a Let's Read setup, is you can actually go and re-watch the show as it's meant to be watched, and you'll find that you comprehend it at a much higher level than it would have been possible, even if you had seen it 2, 3, 4 times without any type of lookups. So hopefully this makes sense, and it allows you to consume Japanese material at a level higher than your current abilities are, which is that's got to be hopefully a great benefit to try it out. Plus it's fun. I enjoy doing it. All right. So with that said, if you end up liking this video, or if you enjoy this video, remember to give it a like or a thumbs up, and leave a comment. Feedback's always welcome. If you like the series I'm doing, you like to see more of it, subscribe to the channel. There'll be plenty more like this, like in the past. Finally, this is a part of the Let's Learn Japanese project. If you like what I'm doing with that project and helping out the Japanese language learning community, you can support the project by joining the Patreon and becoming a patron. The links for that are down below. Also, there's links to the Let's Learn Japanese website Otaku Day put together, the Let's Learn Japanese community Discord. Finally, there is links to to hiring me on commission, and again, the hourly rate, the rates and the way to pay it is also done via the Patreon. So the direct link to that is below in the description. And again, most of that is technical assistance, advice, whatever. Usually, it's people wanting get kind of walked through how to set things up to get them started, and then because that's usually the most difficult part, and then we'll carry on from that. And then after that, they don't need anything else beyond that. So just 1 hour usually handles most of the problems. And sometimes they'll call them back like they want some more advice on something new. They want to add a little change in what they're doing. Yeah. So there we go. That's the intro down to. It's almost 4 minutes. That took a little longer than before. It's taking a little longer, but again, I know I'm describing the same thing over and over again. I get that. Why I'm doing it is because I saw a video series. Yeah, the guys that do Sudoku. They do Sudoku, and he kind of explains the same thing he starts off all the videos always the same, and no matter so and those videos were being released daily. And I thought, okay, that makes sense. Jim, Uchiro, or like the path to home. Sorry, I got distracted by a comment. So I decided, like, okay, I plan to instead do these recordings instead of just doing a live stream, leave them up, do a live stream, set up to be released on a set daily schedule. So yeah, this video, even though I'm doing it live on, let's say June the 27th, it's going to be made available on like July the 7th. so about a week and a half from now. And I plan to like do these so I'm caught up where the videos I record, they're roughly going to be shown be made public again in 2 weeks time. So that's kind of the buffer I want to build up as I do this. And I got plenty of shows to do it. I can do about a couple videos a day as I see fit, and do it on a release schedule. Then when I'm caught up on there, I can think about also doing other videos as well for the channel. It's not Let's Reads, are probably more specific to the Let's Learn Japanese Patreon. Cool. All right. So that said, this is Let's Read Japanese Shinya Shokudo, Season 1, Episode 8. So we're nearing the end of the season. Maybe I should do that because we are nearing the end of the season. After this will be Kino Nani o Tabata. That will be a 12-episode series, and whatever shows are on after that, we'll decide as it happens. I mean, I've got it in my head. I've got an idea of what I'll be doing it, but I'm always up to change. I can always change what my plans are. I've got no problem doing that. Yeah. So each story of this, by the way, I'll say like for this particular series, I like how every story is a little different. You do get to see characters. There's no set, the flow of time is different in that you can have a story that's set before the first episode, or was set throughout a number of episodes. It just depends on what the particular story we're being told of a particular customer or patron of this particular establishment. Yeah, and so far they've all been good. Little, sometimes corny, but for the most part enjoyable. There's not too many hateful characters. Now there are hateful characters that you'll see now and again, but for the most part, they're all their own unique personalities, and they're kind of personalities you might run into if you go to izakayas or small izakayas or something in Japan. Yeah. What more can you say? It's a good little snapshot of Japanese life and whatnot. All right, which is better, kind of refreshing compared to like you get a lot of high school and maybe high school dramas or dramas set around some type of business, whereas this is about people who are done with work, or maybe, yeah, and you get to see them how they get to unwind and relax, which is kind of cool to see. All right, with that, let's get started. But yeah, Igor, what I was saying, like you said about Ieji. I didn't know how to say it. I had to actually use a pop-up on that one. But yeah, that's supposed to be like, if I remember correctly, the road you take home. And then on the road you take home, in the intro, he's always saying like, maybe you've got something more that you want to do. So you take that, the side path before you make your way back home, which makes sense. Now you make me want to watch the intro. So let's do that. Okay, sorry, 8:30. Oh.
一日が終わり、人々が家路へと急ぐ頃。
There you go. 家路へと。
俺の一日は始まる。メニューはこれだけ。あとは勝手に注文してくれりゃ、できるもんなら作るよってのが俺の営業方針さ。営業時間は夜12時から朝7時頃まで。人は深夜食堂って言ってるよ。客が来るかって？それが結構来るんだよ。
今日は風強いわね。木枯らしが吹く頃になると。
Is that supposed to be a name? So the first winds of winter. First strong winds of winter. So kagarashi. So cold wintry wind. Kogarashi. I like right there. It's like it was saying like the very first very first strong winds of winter. The winds of winter. Ooh. Kogarashi. Okay, I like that.
木枯らしが吹く頃になるとこいつが恋しくなるのよね。ちょっと待って。それ私の。こいつが恋しくなるのよね。ちょっと待って。それ私のよ。ちょっとだけいいじゃない。うん。ちょっとよ。うん。2ミリ。2ミリ。ありがとう。いらっしゃい。
その子はいつも夜風と一緒にやってきた。
ソース焼きそばに目玉焼き乗っけて。
Do not like that voice. That does sound good.
特製ソース焼きそば。
特製ソース。
いただきます。
It's like the lady who's was it you? Was that it on Terrace House? Is that the same actress? Just not a fan of her voice. Just I don't know, kind of disturbs me in the wrong way. It's not her fault, you know. Just smoky voice just doesn't do it. Light, childish, smoky voice just doesn't do it for me.
あんたずいぶんおいしそうに食べるわね。
マスター、今の風見凛子じゃなかった？
風見凛。
何？
Kazami. Come on. And then Ninko would be the Kazami Ninko.
マスター、今の風見凛子じゃなかった？
何それ？
ほら、元アイドルで、
Uh,
今映画とかドラマいっぱい出てるでしょ？
そういえばどっかで見たような顔だったわね。本当に？
彼女何食べてたの？
ソース焼きそばの目玉焼きのせ。
リンリンだ。間違いない。風見凛子、本名森中凛子。1966
Morenaki Ninko.
年9月3日高知生まれ。
What was that supposed to be? Kochi? It's Kochi Umare. I don't know the prefecture. I feel silly. I keep saying that when it came to prefectures. I add in the N4 deck, there's the list of Japanese prefectures, all 47 of them, and it gives a number in the Anki deck because it's supposed to refer to the picture that's in the book. But I never kept a copy of the picture in the deck so that you can then quickly refer to it. So I feel silly for that because that would have been a useful secondary item to know. Like not only know the prefecture, but then look at the picture to see where in Japan the prefecture is located. Because that's just useful when you're in Japan watching the news. You hear about a prefecture, you see on the map, you know what they're referring to, which prefecture they're referring to. So it's like if you're learning American English, it is good to know like the names of the states and maybe where in the country the states are located. That's just can be useful information.
好きな色はブルー。好きな食べ物は？
Blue.
ソース焼きそば目玉焼きのせ。
気持ち悪いわね。
なんでそんなに詳しいの？
だって俺たち元ファンクラブだもん。会員ナンバー44で45で。
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
エレクトさんとかリンリンとか。あんたたちも大変だね。
エレクトさんは神。
Well, that's funny now that I wouldn't have gotten the joke if I hadn't seen the previous episodes. So, okay, because I've seen these out of order of presentation as well. Like I just happened to see it because it was on TV or whatnot, or it'd just be a random episode if my wife was watching the series and I wasn't paying attention. Sorry.
エレクトさんとかリンリンとか。あんたたちも大変だね。
エレクトさんは神。リンリンは女神。
へえ。
Yeah, but she was not a porn star, so it's like kind of a different.
聞いたことないかな。ジャマジャマボーイをぶっ飛ばせっていう曲。
Jama Jama Boy. Let me see if that's a phrase. No.
見にくいタイトルね。
Oh, okay.
ジャマジャマボーイをぶっ飛ばせっていう曲。
見にくいタイトルね。
小鈴さんのセンスはずれてるんですよ。
何よそれ。
いや、俺は結構好きだけどな。
でしょ。
ばっかじゃないの。地方労働者に媚び売ってんじゃないわよ。
Working man of the land? Rodo. Yeah, working. Rodosha. Chiho Rodosha. Kobe, let's see what that is. Ah.
地方労働者に媚び売ってんじゃないわよ。
いや、そんなんじゃないよ。
ブリーコなんて大嫌い。
ブリコ。Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a.
ブリーコなんて大嫌い。あたしはあたしの道を行く。邪魔邪魔ボーイを蹴散らしてあなたのハートに一直線。
Okay.
じゃなじゃなおじゃな。
Yeah, that is the. Is it you? Y-O-U? Again, just not a fan of the voice.
おじゃま虫。じゃなじゃなおじゃな。
Sachuzai. It's like, I'm assuming like this insect repellent. Insecticide. Sachuzai.
じゃなじゃおじゃま虫。じゃなじゃなおじゃな。おじゃまボーイ。
This is hard to listen.
殺罪種。
I like the background dance. Like they're not really. They're just like they don't give a shit.
嘘つきなんて
いやいやよ。あたしはあたしのままでいく。
That's funny.
じゃまじゃまボーイをぶっ飛ばし。あなたの戸籍へ。一直線。じゃなじゃなおじゃな。
This is really annoying.
おじゃまと殺罪種。
いい年こいて涙ぐんでんだぜ。
涙ぐん。涙ぐむ。ねのの。Okay. Oh. Kind of holding back the tears. 涙。涙ぐんで。
いい年こいて涙。いい年こいて涙ぐんでんだぜ。でも彼
I wonder if that's a phrase itself. いい年こいて。No.
らにとって風見凛子は青春そのものなんだろうな。
リンリンって元気キャラだけど、小さい頃は相当苦労してるんだよね。
そう。父親が借金残して失踪してさ。
失踪した。行方がわからなく。Okay. Oh. Come lost? Okay. Disappear. Let's look at that right there. Remains. Okay. It's not too difficult to think about.
父親が借金残して失踪してさ。
失踪してさ。
デビューする前はグレてたらしいな。
あのさ、リンリンもいいんだけど、注文は何すんだい？
ソース焼きそば、目玉焼きのせ。
同じく。
それから一月ぐらい経った頃だったかな。その日もあの子は風と一緒に入ってきたんだ。
ソース焼きそば、目玉焼き乗っけて。
姉さん好きだねそれ。
子供の頃よく食べてたから。
その時の憂いを含んだ横顔がたまんなくってさ。
憂い。あれ状態になること。そう。Being worried, okay. 憂い。含んだ。うん。たまんなくて。gather。
憂いを含んだ横顔がたまんなくってさ。俺もすっかり彼女のファンになっちまったんだ。それから彼女はちょくちょくこの店に顔を出すようになった。
I keep forgetting choku choku. It's like it's supposed to be a few times, right? Sometimes, doki doki. Tabi tabi. Choi choi. Yeah, doki doki. Choku choku.
それから彼女はちょくちょくこの店に顔を出すようになった。
この店風見に来てるって本当
oh. Oh.
梅
鮭、たらこ。
Alrighty. I keep okay, so it's Miki Kana Rumi. And I keep forgetting. So Umi Shake Taro.
ごちそうさまでした。
芸能人といっても大したことないわね。
Are they actually talking shit? Wait a minute.
ちょっと新規臭くない？
Whoa, Shinki Kusai. God damn it. I'm trying to blame. Shinki Kusai. Shinki Kusakunai?
不能ら漂う。芸能人といっても大したことないわね。ちょっと新規臭くない？
They're gonna piss him off. I can see that.
不能ら漂ってたね。
Wait a minute. Funoora.
うちらの方が
Do
全
that again.
ちょっと新規臭くない？不能ら漂ってたね。
Actually, let me look at Shinki itself. Shinki. Kokoro, Kokoromochi. Okay. Kimochi, feelings. Okay. Say.
うちらの方が全然いい女よ。ねえ。ね
they're probably pissing him off. Right? Yeah.
ちょっと大丈夫座ってもうごめんこけてるしそっちティンリンは
ああ、さっきまでそこに。
お茶漬けもね。
お茶漬けはどうでもいいの。
また入れ違いか。
よっぽど縁がないんだな。
縁がない。
ソース焼きそば
目玉焼き乗っけて。
あいよ。
じゃあマスター、ごちそうさま。大きいのしかないけどいい？
I hadn't seen her since she got pissed off at the fight in our club.
悪い。
I think that's a phrase.
悪い。今日財布を落としてね。釣り銭がないんだ。つけにしておくから。
Skinny.
いくらぐらい入ってたの？
釣り銭がないんだ。つけにしておくから。
It's kind of an odd
いくらぐらい入ってたの？
金は大したことないんだけど、免許証とかカードとか。
ついてないわね。じゃあつけでお願い。
はいよ。
マスター助けて、もう体もだないよ。マスター
行くわよ。
もしもし。
Shigeki.
もしもし。これあんたんだろ。嫁拾ったんだけど店やってたから俺なんか入っちゃまずいと思ってさ。
ありがとう。これよかったら取っといてくれよ。
いいよそんなつもりじゃないんだから。
いや気持ちだからさ。
いいって。
じゃあこうしよう。朝飯まだなんだろう。うちで食ってってくれよ。
俺悪いからさ。
お待ちどうさん。
Now, and by the way, that's not bullshit. I mean, that I have lost my wallet. It got returned. Everything inside. That's very common. Other places outside Japan, I've sometimes gotten my wallet back, but I guarantee it didn't have the money inside of it. Although one time it did happen where I'd left my wallet someplace, and this is when I was much younger. But it was in Okinawa, but on a military base. And I remember I went back, so the wallet was there. Cool. I looked inside. It looked like they had taken out like the $5 or so that was $5 that was inside the wallet. But there was like 2,000 yen, about $20 worth of money that was still left in it. They didn't. I guess whoever did it didn't know much about Japanese money, so which can be which could happen on a military base. But yeah. Now that said, don't make it a habit of losing your wallet. Like I said, that could be and what he said is really legit. I think everyone would agree. Like, if you find a wallet you to keep, I really wouldn't care as long as, because again, you want your license back, your card, all the other stuff that goes into the wallet besides the money and whatnot. Yeah, just call it a finder's fee. I wouldn't care. I mean, but yeah, if you having everything else was much more important. But yeah, like I said, in Japan though, it's just, hey, it's going to turn it back to you. That's just going to be the way it is. And it would be insulted if they feel like, that type of act would have to be, repay it with money would be. But yeah, he's offering a meal, so I can see something like this happening as well. Hello? Oh, the announcer? 映画川歌? Oh, let's hear.
お待ちどうさん。
頭のね。
Trying to hear the announcing, but okay.
川歌の制作発表。
川歌。
映画「川歌」の制作発表が行われ、主演の風見凛子さんらが抱負を語りました。
Lead performer, right? Juan? Shuan. And Wolf.
主演の風見凛子さんらが抱負を語りました。主人公の境遇と私の境遇が重なるところがあって。
境遇。
主人公の境遇と私の境遇が重なるところがあって、自分の経験をこの役に全て注ぎ込めたらと思っています。
風見凛子か。いいかなこの子。うちにもね、たまに来るんだよ。昨べも来ててさ。でも注文するのはいつも決まっててさ、ソース焼きそばの目玉焼きのせよっぽど好きなんだろうな。
旦那知ってるかい？焼きそばに四万十川の青のりかけるとうまいんだよ。
四万十川。高知。青のりかける。
焼きそばに四万十川の青のりかけるとうまいんだよ。
そうなのかい。
風味が全然違うんだよ。風味が全然違うんだよ。今度あの子来たらかけてやってよ。
そうするよ。
四万十川の青のりだよ。
なあ。
うまいの。一回。
お父さん、なんであの時私のことを捨てたの？
それは。
Okay, I think I'm seeing that better not be her dad in the cafe. That's kind of pushing it, but yeah, okay. Well,
お父さんがいたから 私
カットカット。ちょっと一旦時間を。はいはい、一旦解除します。はい。
See, that's full. I mean, one, yeah, that's briefly, but
一旦解除。はい、一旦解除します。はい、一旦解除。口入れます。はい、口入れます。すみません、風見さん、お願いします。
お父さんがいたから。
カット。もう一回。
近づいてると思えない。
たけちゃん、そのどこで拾ったんだよ。
Gish.
なかったな。目の前を車が通り過ぎるあの日の流れ。目の前を車が通り過ぎるあの日の流れ星が流れて。
ここがダメなんでしょうか。
表面的なとこ。
上辺だけ。表面的。
表面的なとこ。
気持ちがですか。
全部だよ。セリフも表情も雰囲気も全然グッとこないんだけど。だから元アイドル使うの俺嫌だっつったんだよ。俺妥協しねえからな。絶対妥協しねえからな。
There, okay.
これにかけてんだよ俺は。
忘れられない駅前の道がどこに続くともかまどのない。
いらっしゃい。
ソース焼きそば目玉焼きのっけて。
はいよ。
今度の映画ね。
うん。
父親と娘の話なの。
へえ。
父親に捨てられた子がね、最後には再会した父親に思いの丈をぶつけるっていう。
思いの丈？
再会した父親に思いの丈をぶつけるっていう。まあ大した事件も起こらない親子の話なんだけど。
うん。
捨てられたのにさ、恨んでないって。逆にありがとうって。私がお父さんに会った時、本当にそんなこと言えるのかな。
あんた親父さんのこと 恨んでるのかい？
わかんない。
はい、お待ち。
いただきます。これ
ある人が教えてくれたんだ。ソース焼きそばに四万十川の青のりをかけると香りが良くなるんだって。
いただきます。
どうだい？
おいしい。
これを教えてくれた人もあんたの大ファンなんだって。
お待たせディンコの大好きな四万十川の青のりいっぱいかけちゃおう。それ
リンコ、お父さんの焼きそば大好き。
やった
ー。私お父さんのこと恨んでないよ。お父さんがいたから私
が吐いた息を吸うことのよう。
お父さん
川物
ありがとう。
おっさん見えねえよ。おい、おっさん。それからの風見凛子はますます芝居に磨きがかかったって評判さ。
Oh, it is the actress from, it is you from Terrace House, yes. And again, I'm not a fan of her voice, so, yeah.
今度、海外の映画にも出るらしい。
Oh, sorry.
ますます芝居に磨きがかかったって評判。
It should be like being refined, right? 磨きが。
さ、今度、海外の映画にも出るらしい。でも、
カンナ、この間言ってたさ、後輩どうなったの？
どんなに仕事が忙しくなっても、彼女は時々夜風と一緒にふらっとやってくるんだ。
ソース焼きそば、目玉焼き乗っけて。
あいよ。
焼きそばのワンポイントアドバイス。焼きそばは炒める前に
Make sure about that. Tomato. That's unusual. It's not in a... Wow. Okay. That's very unusual for it to not be in a RTK for that frequent of a kanji. Itameru.
焼きそばは炒める前に軽くお湯をかけておくのがおすすめです。こうすると余分な油が取れ、麺もほぐれ、ソース
もほぐれ
も絡みやすくなります。それじゃおやすみなさい。
Yeah, I'll be honest. Like I said, when I was in Okinawa, station Okinawa, I ate a lot of yakisoba. A lot. Although, and what sucked is I joined the Navy. That was in the Marine Corps days when I was stationed in Okinawa. When I joined the Navy, they would supposedly serve yakisoba on ship, but they would just use spaghetti, and just kind of like heat it up a little bit. Throw some hamburger meat, hamburger piece of hamburger ground meat on top of it. It's like that's not yakisoba. I mean, it's not even close. Yeah, and it is different than soba, but yeah. So I did like yakisoba, and they'll serve it at the in all the various fairs. I mean, last year you couldn't because of the lockdown and whatnot. But I'm sure as this summer as things start opening up more and more, hopefully the Delta variant doesn't cause a lot of can get a handle on the Delta variant, so that we don't have to go into this stuff again. But yeah, you can actually go out and get yakisoba, a little bit of ginger on top. Yeah, it's good. I like that better than my wife. She prefers takoyaki, I think. Whereas I prefer but personally though, also if you can get some grilled chicken steaks, that's also really nice to get because they'll sometimes have stalls that will serve it. And then here in around Yokosuka, you might even get around the edges of the line of food vendors. You might get also the kebab served, which is also pretty good. Yeah, I don't really eat any of the candy or the sweet stuff. I avoid that part in the vending areas. But and a lot of the food, I was not really care for a lot of it. But yeah, when it comes to if I am gonna get something, usually it's gonna be takoyaki for my wife, and then and yakisoba for me, and then we just obviously share it at either usually it's take it back home because there's not too many places you can sit down to eat around these. Sometimes. All right, so yeah, about the story again, it's like, oh, what are the chances? But who knows? I could see that where father kind of disappeared from someone's life. She makes it bigger, becomes successful when he's kind of a fan, but from the shadows, not doing anything interfere or provoke, just kind of stays out of her life, but still follows it. All right, so that's kind of a sad story, but I can see it. And again, I skipped over some parts because again, there's all this non-spoken portions of the episodes, and so maybe I missed a plot point, like the Kokeshi doll, found it on the river. What was that all about? Maybe that was in reference to what she became. Like may have seemed like a discarded toy, but then someone found her and actually saw the value that she had to offer. Something, who knows? The idea of like someone who's the director being an asshole, right in earshot of her. That's kind of annoying, but I can see that happening in the entertainment area. I was surprised though, like when the ladies were talking shit about her, and he didn't really, because he sometimes tell when if he's gets annoyed, he subtly lets you know about it in one way or another. From the stories I'm seeing, so yeah, and it's easy to tell why this would be a popular show. It's very easy. You don't have to watch it in order. You can watch it in any order you want. So that means you don't have to invest like all, 5 hours of your day, 5 hours of your time. You can just watch your favorite episode, and it just by itself, it's good. whereas something like Hanzao Naoki, although it's a 10 episode season, usually it's 5 episodes or the full story. You don't really have one episode that's your favorite. Like you kind of have to start from that first episode and watch all 5 to get the full story. Or whereas something like Confidence Man JP, the Confidence Man JP, again, those are standalone stories. You can have a favorite and just watch that one. You don't have to watch in order. So yes, it just depends. And my wife liked that series, so we've watched a few, and she has her favorite. Like there's like a couple of ones that just fall flat, so she's watched one episode a number of times from that particular series. And I'm sure she has a favorite from this as well. But it's hard to keep track. I mean, because the titles of the show, not in English but in Japanese, are based on what the food is. Like this would be the yakisoba episode. The other one might be the Chasuke episode, whatever. All right, we'll stop it there. It was a good episode. It's kind of like I said, this very small restaurant, attracts, which kind of makes sense. It's kind of like a murder mystery. Somehow the detective is somehow always present when a murder happens. It starts draining credibility of it, but who cares? It's for fun. And again, they say it's like, hey, this isn't like all happening in one day. This is a story that could spread over, weeks or months, depending on the situation, and may intersect with the previous story. Like, the saying about June, I'm sure that story is coming up in the next couple episodes because they've kind of established that character and her boyfriend. So it'd be interesting to see how that plays out. And this, like I said, I can see myself finishing all 50 episodes. I don't see that being a problem. And like I said, these are really quick. Like right now, I started around 8 minutes into it, finished about a few minutes ago, not too long ago, and yeah, that was very quick. Even though I'm just like chatting up a bit more than this. So what I'll probably end up doing is I'll do a group when it comes to the reading thing, like when I put it into Anki and stuff like that. If I ever do add this to Anki, it'll be definitely like the first 3 seasons is part 1. That'll be like a light novel's worth, and then the last 2 seasons will be that as well. It'll be a smaller light novel's worth. Because it'll be like 20 episodes. So it'll be, I think they'll roughly about the size of a light novel, And I'm gonna try with the last 2 seasons again, utilize the Netflix's audio description since it's available in Japanese. And again, if I do Terrace House, I'm not gonna do that with Terrace House because that's not audio description. That's the secondary audio of the commentators as the video is playing, as they're watching the video, instead of like their interactions in between the scenes, which again I'm not a big fan of. I still, when I was seeing the new version of Terrace House, and I can imagine that was happening with the older version as well, like that kind of they try to make, instead of enjoy it as yourself, you're like being told what you should be enjoying about certain scenes. Not a fan of that. Okay, I'm gonna end it there. Thank you all very much. This has been Let's Read Japanese, Shinya Shokudo Season 1, Episode 8. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up or a like, and leave a comment. Feedback's welcome. If you like the series, subscribe to the channel. I'll make more like this. If you like what I'm doing with the Let's Learn Japanese community, the Let's Learn Japanese program, and helping with the Japanese learning community, you can also join the Patreon and support that way. Also, there's the Let's Learn Japanese website, the Let's Learn Japanese community Discord, and finally, if you'd like to hire me on commission, the link directly set to the Patreon below, where again the hourly rates are given. And again, that's usually to help technical assistance advice for probably get the starting of your Japanese study process using these techniques that have kind of get covered now and again. All right, yeah, and I'll be back. This will be, in fact, I'll write it down now. I'll make this private right after I end the live stream, and this will be made on July the 7th. All right, there's a couple more videos. I'll do the 2 more videos tomorrow, and that'll be the end of the season. Then I'll start up Shinya Shokudo. I'm sorry, not Shinya Shokudo. I'll start up Kino Nani o Tebeta and do that for 12 episodes. Yeah, and then come back for season 2. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This has been quite fun, and hopefully I don't get too many episodes. Like I have one episode that got like blocked, episode 5 that I did a day or two ago. It got blocked, but I was able to trim a couple scenes. For some reason it was showing up, and then it looks like that's being I'm going to be able to make that visible again when the time for it pops up. All right, cool. Thank you all very much, and I'll see you when I see you later, guys. Thanks for your comment.